Hello everybody and welcome to the finals. Finally we have Lord Pazuzu from Mexico versus Zielinski from Poland. I don't know how to say Poland in Polish. Anyway, Zielinski chose Sasha for this match and Pazuzu Hawk. They didn't ban any COs. This time for the finals they can choose tier 1 COs, so Greed was on the table. Even now we had from the Lux COs. And this first game is on Birds on the Wire, so let's get it started. We hear Sasha's team playing already. Pazuzu is playing Hawk, which is, I think, overall the most solid pick, I think. Because you have that offensive bonus of 10% and your powers do global damage, also heal your units, so it's can be very overpowered, I guess some people would say, but all those COs have some powers, and Sasha gains 100 extra income per base, so Zielinski already is generating almost 7k with only 6 properties here. He's gonna have 10k with 9 properties. For now, both players are just capturing. So Zielinski starts with a recon, artillery, and actually the tank was the first unit. He also has a mech coming here, while Pazuzu goes for a recon here on this side and a tank on his airport side. Both players have their airport already, and Pazuzu goes for the tank engagement here. There's not much Zielinski can do since his artillery is not quite on position yet, which is quite unfortunate for Zielinski. Zielinski captures the Con Tower and a bunch of other properties there. So now the mech is coming in, the recon comes in here, and the tank's coming back to repair a bit. He also goes for another artillery here, a tank on the strong side. Pazuzu now capturing the Hawk seal thing is quite dramatic, I guess. He also goes for a tank on the left side, but he doesn't get more artillery. He has one coming, but that's it. Oh, he has another one. Okay, so both players have 2 artillery right now, actually. Right now, Zielinski getting some units from Pazuzu. Pazuzu is behind on unit count, and Zielinski didn't even buy yet. But on value overall, I guess Pazuzu is fine. He also is ahead on income right now, I guess. Zielinski is gonna get some captures next, but right now Pazuzu gets the recon from Zielinski here. His recon moves in on the center and sees the infantry from Zielinski. Pazuzu now going for double tank. Zielinski starts capturing and goes for a medium tank here. He's finally getting the last captures of this island here. Both players not trying too hard to go for the captures on the other islands, both being very measured, I guess. Pazuzu coming in with all his tanks. Let's see if Zielinski is gonna answer that next turn. Zielinski has the artillery here that took quite some damage, I think, from this recon, probably. The artillery gets some damage. And he also kills the recon, of course, with the tank. The medium tank starts coming in. This mech, oh, I think this was the first mech, I'm not sure. This infantry here dies to the infantry that was capturing here. I'm not sure if that's worth it, but whatever. This tank takes a lot of damage from the artillery. Right now, Zielinski has his power already, so he can use the Sasha power to deny the power from Pazuzu when he feels like it, probably, since it depends on the amount of money you have in the bank, I think, how much you deplete the 0 bar here. Right now Zielinski just moving the artillery to the river here, coming in strong. He also made 2 battle copters, I didn't even catch that, but Pazuzu already has his anti-air. Now Pazuzu getting a nice shot here on this tank. Also getting some infantry with the recon. He even almost gets, I guess he's gonna get with the infantry, the tank, yeah. interrupts this capture again. Oh, he doesn't actually. The infantry is barely gonna get this capture, but it's gonna die next turn probably. Also, this artillery can't really shoot at anything other than infantry for now. And he's building a recon and a tank. And Zielinski goes for the market crash as Pazuzu is getting near his seal power, and the whole power bar, I guess, gets depleted for Pazuzu. But now he's building some. Since Zielinski is getting some nice engagements here, he almost gets this recon and does quite some damage to this infantry, but for now it's mostly just infantry getting damaged, I guess. He goes for triple tank right now. Pazuzu now killing this infantry to get to the artillery here, getting this infantry that was lower the other turn. Also gets a real nice engagement here on this tank, gets some damage on this mech, almost gets the mech now, and the anti-air is coming in here to the center. Right now Pazuzu has 6 tanks, 7 tanks on the left side, and he has a lot of tanks, man. Oh my god. He actually is... Yeah, they're kinda even on units overall. Zielinski does have the medium tank, but Pazuzu has some artillery as well. Oh my god, what am I doing here? This tank is gonna die to this other tank, but I guess the... Oh, okay, the artillery can't shoot at this tank, but there's 3 tanks here and even more behind, as Zielinski can see. Zielinski does have the battlecopters though, which is why he doesn't have as many tanks, I guess, and the medium tank, of course. Pazuzu still has more army value, somehow. Zielinski gets some anti-air there, but Pazuzu is not building any battlecopters for now. He almost gets this tank, but not quite. The anti-air gets the first battlecopter, so that's really good for Pazuzu. Right now he's coming in with the recons, he builds a medium tank as well, and this tank gets shot by this other one, this infantry dies, and that's it, I guess. Right now, day 14. Zielinski goes for another market crash, as Pazuzu was just with his power. I guess when he ended his turn he could have gone for the power, but he chose not to, and Zielinski goes for the market crash, of course. I don't know if it would be a good move for Pazuzu to go for it, but at the same time, Zielinski is almost building the whole power here for Pazuzu anyway. Like, I guess Zielinski didn't have that much money to deny the power so much, and he got a lot of engagements here, so... In late game, the units are so expensive anyway, the engagements generate a lot of power. Right now, Pazuzu mostly just moving his units. And Zielinski goes for another market crash. Oh, did I just come back to the same part again? Am I looping the power for Zielinski again? Okay. Pazuzu finally coming in here with his own medium tank, getting the medium tank from Zielinski. That hurts a lot. Right now the anti-air, I guess, got killed by Zielinski the other turn. And Pazuzu goes for another medium tank. Right now his battlecopter is just hiding here for Zielinski coming in really strong on the left side here. But around his con tower he doesn't have a whole lot of stuff, even though he has quite some pressure on the center here, quite some presence, I guess I should say. He goes for another battlecopter, and finally Pazuzu gets the superpower. So he does 2 damage to all units from Zielinski. Zielinski losing a lot of army value already, and now Pazuzu is gonna come in and kill a bunch of those units. He gets this tank with the 4 HP tank with the 5 HP. He gets 1 artillery and damages a lot of the other. The medium tank gets a tank here, I think. Yeah, the tank was lower already. The infantry just moving in, and he gets another medium tank. Yeah, he's really ahead on army value right now, even though he's still behind on unit count. And Zielinski resigns, I guess. He got really behind on army value, but I think he could try to fight back from this. It's just that he had the battlecopter and Pazuzu was ready for it already. He did He was also behind on income, of course, so that's quite a factor, I guess. But he was ahead on unit count, so I'm not sure. But anyways, that was the first game. Pazuzu wins the first game with the superpower from Hawk. So I guess we'll see the second game now. Welcome to the second game. So this time we have Pazuzu and Zielinski playing as Sturm on Vandalism is the name of this map with the both landers. We see that both players kinda just moving their landers, trying to block each other, but not much happening. Pazuzu starts with artillery and a recon here, and then starts capturing here. Zielinski has this recon already on Pazuzu's con tower. Recon is gonna come here and harass a bit this infantry on the mountains, but not getting a lot of damage, of course, it's mountains there. Zielinski starting with the mech chain here. I think Pazuzu also had some mech chain strategies on this side when he played Vandalism the last times. He also went for a bunch of artillery here on the center. Right now Pazuzu just moving in. He gets a tank on the right side actually to answer the recon from Zielinski. Of course, Sturm, the recons are really crazy, they move a lot, half the map pretty much each turn. Also the artillery moves a whole lot more because of you don't have all the problem with the movement cost, so they can move quite easily through these woods and everything. Right now Zielinski going for some anti-air here, and okay, he stopped the mech chain. Pazuzu trying to get some captures. For now they're kinda even on capture. Zielinski has this lander here, blocking the Pazuzu lander from doing anything with those bases here. I mean, he can kinda front switch using the lander, but that's it. Pazuzu also has the anti-air on this side, on the airports of his opponent's side, of course, both of them going for the anti-air. Both of those players really good players, I would say master level players. Right now Zielinski trying to get some other captures, of course everyone's capturing everything. He's getting this infantry here on the road, he's continues capturing here instead of getting the infantry, interesting. Pazuzu getting the recon finally, now he has two tanks here actually. He's stopping this capture from Zielinski but taking quite a lot of damage. Sturm of course also doesn't do a whole lot of damage but has a lot of defense. So this game is gonna take quite a while for things to go on. Pazuzu needed, I think, both the tanks to kill the recon because the tank does so little damage to the recon. Like every battle is gonna be a long battle because both players have less attack and more HP. So it's like everyone has less firepower basically. I'm not even sure if anti-air one-shots the battlecopters. Right now Zielinski actually getting a big presence here on the center with the artillery. I would say the battlecopter from Pazuzu was a threat, but he has the anti-air in position already as well. Now Pazuzu getting a bunch of captures on the left side, and Zielinski also with most of his units on the right side, but on the center is pretty determined who is gonna win for now. Zielinski has a lot of artillery, so he has the positional advantage, I would say. He gets this infantry here with I think the anti-air wasn't even able to do this much. Yeah, 4 damage to the infantry. Okay, the infantry is on a city, but it's kind of ridiculous to see an anti-air do so little damage to infantry. Now Zielinski going for a battlecopter and another tank. Pazuzu denying some captures here with both his tanks on this side. Also keeping a strong presence here on the left side, but Zielinski has a bunch of mechs, so he has to be careful with this recon and the artillery, even though artillery is pretty good against mechs in general. Right now both players even, but Zielinski is taking control of the center here, interrupting this capture from Pazuzu and getting a lot of damage on the infantry that's on the city as well. The tank comes in and finishes off the infantry, and he goes for a medium tank on the right side here. Right now the Battlecopter versus Battlecopter doing half damage here, and then, okay, that was a normal-ish trade, but in general I think Battlecopters do more damage than that. I think both players were complaining after the game how Sturm versus Sturm takes, like, the units don't do damage, takes forever to do anything on the game. Right now Zielinski is really taking control of the center. I mean, he already had, but now it's like 100% his. And Pazuzu is more like taking the sides. This right side he didn't have, he's starting to take there with the units, but he doesn't quite have the captures yet. He's also really moving in on the left side here. On the right side he gets this tank, and yeah, I guess it was just this tank and a bunch of infantry here taking damage. He's going for more tanks, and the medium tank is coming in here, as well as a lot of anti-air, as he sees Pazuzu has a bunch of Battlecopters. Right now Zielinski moving in on the center, starts capturing Zielinski starts capturing one of Pazuzu's properties here. Zielinski pretty much only trying to hold on here on the left side. Pazuzu even pulling back a bit. I'm not sure about this, because I mean, it's not like he can front switch easily all those units to the center. But right now it's really tough for him to defend on the center. Zielinski has a really strong presence, and in general, who gets the presence in the center wins this map. Zielinski comes in with the medium tank, gets this tank. He also starts capturing even more properties here and killing more stuff on the center. Yeah, I'm not sure about this move by Pazuzu of pulling back here on the left side when he was winning. And he knows that all the stuff from Zielinski is on the left. Is on the center. I mean, you kind of need to get units on the center, but it's not like you can front switch easily. Right now Pazuzu units doing a lot of damage here on the right side. The right side, both sides actually for Zielinski are really weak right now. But he's kind of keeping his properties for now. This one's getting captured, but overall he's winning on capture with 2 extra properties. I think he didn't get this one, but he made all those infantry attack this one infantry, and now he has a bunch of artillery here. Pazuzu has a medium tank now here. I guess he was waiting for the medium tank to come in, but I mean, I'm not sure. I think this medium tank should probably be on the center here. Zielinski is even blocking the airport from Pazuzu. Okay, so Pazuzu gets the superpower first. He goes for the meteor strike, getting a lot of the units from Zielinski, actually obliterating pretty much all those units here on the top. But Zielinski goes for the meteor strike. I think he's gonna go to the left side here. Oh, this medium tank taking so much damage, man. I think he could even like try to magnet this to the center, but maybe this is why Pazuzu did it, I'm not sure, man. But now what I think is Zielinski is gonna pull back a bit on the center and probably fight here on the left to take some control. He has a bunch of units on the left. Right now Pazuzu getting some nice trades here, getting those Battlecopters that were annoying him after the superpower. Now he's pulling back with all those 2 HP infantry, but Zielinski is capturing a bunch of properties, even his airport on the center there. So things are looking pretty dire for Pazuzu. Actually, Zielinski is behind on capture for some reason. I guess Pazuzu really took control of the sides there. But Zielinski starts capturing the HQ from Pazuzu, oh my god. And now he's also moving in here on the left side, getting a bunch of infantry. I guess it was only infantry there. He also has a fighter on the center, Zielinski that is. Pazuzu trying to fight back, he interrupts the HQ capture. Another problem with Sturm versus Sturm, I don't know where I couldn't remember, is that the defense is so big already, they do so little damage, and then you have the HQ bonus of 40% defense. Is really tough to kill the infantry that's trying to capture the HQ. Zielinski just go for the join here and keeps on capturing. I'm not sure if he's really gonna keep on capturing here. He traps his infantry on the left side. Right now Zielinski is really ahead on capture. I guess he really won hard here on the left side. Okay, so Pazuzu manages to interrupt the HQ capture, finally. but he's really forced to pull back here on the left side. And I think Zielinski's holding on the right side as well. Zielinski killing the... oh, it was just in... oh, never mind, yeah, just the infantry there, I don't know why gets worked up for those infantry kills. Now the battlecopter coming in from Zielinski, kinda questionable here, but I guess he wants to get some vision or something. Pazuzu trying to fight back, but I don't know why he's so behind on capture. Actually, he lost the left side pretty hard after all of that superpower stuff. And he isn't being able to capture on the center here, while Zielinski's kinda front switching to the sides, I guess. Kinda just splitting all his units from the center there, trying to hold on the center end. Okay, so Pazuzu goes for the normal power, I guess to try and get some damage. He gets a little bit of damage here on the left side, but not much. Let me see the power again, because I kinda missed it. Yeah, he only hits the battlecopter pretty much in this artillery. Right now Pazuzu trying to fight back, but it's really hard. He's really behind on income. He needs to capture a bunch of stuff here on the center, but he barely has any infantry to capture back. Zielinski holding on the center for the most part. Actually, he's just holding on all fronts pretty much, because he's got 6k income advantage right now. He really doesn't need to attack. Pazuzu's trying to take control of the center, and he kills a bunch of stuff from Zielinski. He actually is taking control of the center right now. But the problem is he can't capture anything really. And Pazuzu goes for the superpower, for the normal, for the superpower, yeah. And he gets pretty much all the units here on the center of Pazuzu. He goes for the bomber as well. He has a fighter here. This fighter has to be careful not to take damage from normal anti-air, but Pazuzu is still trying to fight. He has a lot of units on the center, but he resigns eventually because he was really behind on income for the most part and he couldn't really capture here. Also Zielinski kinda took control back of the center after the superpower, so I guess Zielinski really played super well with the Sturm superpower, getting the advantage he needed. I'm not sure about Pazuzu pulling back here and then getting this medium tank. It really pulled the superpower to the left side where he was winning quite hard, and then Zielinski could swing there, the tide on his favor. So that was game 2, really exciting. So both players now with 1 win. So let's see who gets the next game. So game 3, we are on Haiphong now, both players picking Javier. I guess we'll have to deal with his yo music, the crazy news stuff. I think they just talked about this yo thing on one of his videos where he talks about all the music from Advance Wars, pretty much, from the COs at least. Both players are just going for the normal captures there. I guess I can skip the early game a little bit. Zielinski goes for a tank first, while Pazuzu goes for a recon. The recon is getting some vision here on the center, but Zielinski's getting his tanks dangerously close to the recon. I guess this recon could be more around here, harassing and this type of stuff. Pazuzu pretty much only going for the tanks now, 2 tanks, but he goes for a battlecopter. Both players just capturing normally this stuff, playing really passive. I mean, not passive, I would say safe, right? Both players are really great players, and this is the finals after all. Javier has the ridiculous bonus against indirect units. He also has the 10% defense when you get a seal tower, so let's see if one of them can capture each other's seal tower, home tower should I say, which is the actual name of the property here. Generally, if Javier can get 2 or more home towers, he gets pretty much unbeatable because it's so much defense bonus. Is like Sturm, but without the penalty on attack. So yeah, he's pretty nuts. Also, his normal power gets him even more defense. Right now, Zielinski harassing quite a bit of the Pazuzu units here with his tanks. I guess, did he lose this tank? I was talking so much, yeah, he lost a tank. I saw all this value here, I knew something was going on. So he is ahead on capture overall, but he lost a tank because he was harassing the infantry with the tank here, and Pazuzu punished that with both his tanks, but as I say that, Zielinski also gets a tank. Now Pazuzu getting a bit ahead on capture. I guess both players still pretty much capturing the properties here. Pazuzu goes for another battlecopter. I didn't even... Oh, okay, he's here the battlecopter, but now Zielinski sees the battlecopter. I guess Pazuzu also sees the anti-air. Both players with really good vision and game awareness there. Zielinski going for double tank right now. He kills the recon here and one-shots this infantry as well with the anti-air. Oh, I thought he would go for the anti-air, so his battlecopter is free to do some damage there, but he went for the tank instead. He got this tank, yeah. I think he probably could have gone with the tank and the anti-air and probably get this one, or maybe, yeah, I'm not sure. But anyway, he probably wouldn't be able to completely kill the anti-air, so his battlecopter would take a lot of damage if it was in range. And Zielinski goes for the tower shield. So he gets a lot of defense right now. This infantry here doesn't even take damage back. This tank only takes 1 damage. The anti-air one-shots here, and this tank almost gets 1 shot as well. Zielinski now going for anti-air. Seeing Pazuzu already has a battlecopter. Right now Pazuzu just pulling back and getting his battlecopters together. He now has 4 battlecopters. That's kind of crazy. Zielinski actually kept trying to capture the con tower here and the port, and I'm not sure if Pazuzu can deny that next turn actually. He gets the recon there, and the lower tank... Was this tank low? Yeah, he was low already. And another tank actually had 5 HP here. So right now Zielinski pulling ahead a bit on unit value. Pazuzu also goes for the normal power, the tower shield. Gets 1 tank with his battlecopter. He gets some vision with this infantry here. The anti-air goes for a questionable trade there. The battlecopter doing a lot of damage here. He interrupts the capture as well of the con tower. Very important, because after this capture, Zielinski wouldn't die at all. His units wouldn't die, should I say. But Zielinski does get this port capture, so now he's ahead on properties. And this anti-air gets quite some damage on the battlecopter here. Also the anti-air takes quite a lot of damage, so Pazuzu doesn't quite have anti-air. Even though he has so many battlecopters, I guess it doesn't matter, he can just fight fire with fire at this point. These battlecopters come ahead here. He gets 1 tank and gets a lot of damage on another, but now those battlecopters are quite vulnerable to this anti-air. Pazuzu making more battlecopters, another battlecopter. Zielinski now has a medium tank coming and a battlecopter as well after all this stuff. Zielinski goes for the normal power. I guess this matchup, both players are going to be spamming their normal powers and trying to go for nice trades there. Pazuzu now going for the tower shield as well, but the problem is Zielinski is going to take very little damage from his power right now. He does manage to get this tank and another tank. Okay, maybe it's not that little damage he does. Of course, the power also gets you the usual 10% firepower bonus. Zielinski gets this. Oh, he doesn't get a tank actually with the battlecopter. I guess the power did some work there for Pazuzu, but he finally gets with the infantry. Right now Zielinski actually seems to be a bit behind on units, but he's really ahead on army value because of the medium tank, I suppose. Pazuzu's trying to take back this port from Zielinski. He still has 3 battlecopters and some tanks. He goes for the medium tank as well. And he has a mech coming in here. Now he's gonna lose this infantry that was capturing there, trying to retake the port there. Zielinski being careful here with the battlecopter. He goes for another battlecopter and some anti-air. Pazuzu pretty much trying to only hold on here on the con tower. Now he's behind 4k actually, which is quite significant, especially on a smaller map like this. Both players just moving their units, being really careful. Right now Zielinski really doesn't have to extend much more. He knows he's ahead on capture. Pazuzu starts trying to retake this property so he can shrink, I guess, this difference on income a little bit, at least by 2k. But Zielinski coming in, interrupting the capture and getting 2 infantry from him for free pretty much. Now Pazuzu is coming in with the recon and the infantry. He gets partisan damage here on the infantry, but still no fight. He's getting a big death ball here with the little infantry wall as well. But Zielinski goes for the normal power. Let's see what he can get done. He almost gets... Okay, he now has a hole on the wall. He gets the battlecopter there with the anti-air and gets some damage on the tank as well with his own battlecopter. The medium tank is not quite moving in, so Zielinski is kinda in, but not quite. I guess next turn he's gonna reply with a lot of damage, but I'm not sure. Pazuzu goes for the normal power and gets anti-air, a battlecopter, and a lot of damage. Oh, another 2 battlecopters, anti-air, and quite a bunch of infantry. Let's see what happens this turn. He also is going for a medium tank chain, while Zielinski is opting for battlecopters and a new tank actually. Right now Zielinski just killing some infantry, I think, from Pazuzu. I keep on talking about the stuff I was talking and I forget about the actual game that's going on. Maybe I should have someone more qualified to help me cast those final matches, because this is really high level and I'm really not that great at this game yet. Right now Pazuzu coming in, but there's a big death ball of Zielinski right here. I think he's overextending quite a bit. Maybe he should just try to get this capture right here, or interrupt those infantry here on the top that are going to get the capture soon, I guess. Zielinski gets one of the battlecopters, gets a medium tank here actually with the new tank. He starts those captures, as I said. Goes for the tower shoot, so it's gonna be really tough to interrupt those captures. Another battlecopter dies, and another battlecopter dies, the recon. Another battlecopter almost dies, so Pazuzu losing, I guess, 4 or 5 battlecopters there, his whole fleet, I guess. And he resigns because, I mean, all his battlecopters suddenly dying there. He really, that move here really was some overextension. Like, I understand he started winning here, so he wants to go in and do a lot of damage. But Zielinski was ahead for quite a while on income, so of course he had more units. Pazuzu really had to pull back here, and that's it for game 3. So right now Zielinski is ahead 2 games, but he needs at least 2 more to win the series. It's a best of 7 with all the maps from the map pool, so let's see the next game what happens. So 4th game we have Hawk versus Hawk this time, Zielinski and Pazuzu of course going for the same zero. This map is Stalingrad, a big map with the 3 bases and an airport. Pazuzu went for the early tank here, probably to try to deny the recon harass. And Zielinski went for the early recon here on this side. And already got some damage, I didn't even catch that. I guess this recon, yeah, comes in here and shoots the infantry on the base even. That's quite annoying, I guess, for Pazuzu, because you probably don't count on getting harassed this early on. So maybe he wanted to build like a tank and artillery and some infantry, and now he goes for double recon instead. He has a tank here to answer the recon and another tank to secure his con tower, I guess. Zielinski not even starting to capture his con tower. He goes for triple tank actually after the second recon here on the con tower of his opponent's side. Pazuzu in this case, of course. Both players just playing kinda careful. Zielinski going for more harass here. I guess at this point he already expects the tank coming in and killing this recon. He goes for some anti-air there. And another tank. So he's got a lot of tanks here on this con tower side of Pazuzu. And Pazuzu has another recon coming in, so maybe he will see all the tanks there. Right now this is probably Pazuzu's strong side and Zielinski's strong side, but since it's their enemy's con tower side, I guess the game is mostly going to come down to whoever can get the enemy's con tower and at what cost they can do this. Zielinski going for a battlecopter right now after the anti-air. Pazuzu already has a battlecopter as well, but he doesn't quite have the anti-air. He also has some artillery here. Now he goes for the anti-air and another battlecopter. I guess both players are gonna be doing a lot of battlecopters to take advantage of the 3 bases as well as the airport to get a higher unit count. Pazuzu interrupting some captures, both players even for now. Pazuzu coming in with the artillery as well, he's kinda just holding on here to his con tower. I guess he knows most of Zielinski's stuff has to be here. But Zielinski actually kinda did a front switch here with all his tanks coming to this side to defend the con tower, I suppose. And he gets a lot of damage on this artillery. Oh, this really hurts for Pazuzu. This tank also gets, both those tanks get nice engagements here. He also starts capturing some stuff on the top there. Pazuzu of course interrupts here and even gets this infantry. Now Pazuzu is kind of pulling back a bit. I guess the anti-air from Zielinski is in position to deal with this battlecopter, but only on the next turn. For now this battlecopter lives. Pazuzu going for double tank and the battlecopter, well, Zielinski doing exactly the same thing. And the anti-air actually manages to reach the battlecopter. Oh, that's really bad for Pazuzu. The battlecopter, I think the battlecopter did some damage to the tank there and already died. Right now Zielinski taking an economic lead here with the captures. I guess mostly on this right side, on the con tower side. I really thought that he would kinda give up this side and fight here, and I think Pazuzu thought that as well, but in the end he kinda did the front switch and defended here really well. Right now Zielinski getting a bunch of stuff here on the right side and the left side as well. He also has a medium tank coming in and double anti-air. I guess he thinks the only thing that can really stop him right now are battlecopters, and Pazuzu is making quite some battlecopters. Actually both players were, but I guess Zielinski is stopping now. Now Pazuzu going for the new tank here. He's still behind 3k and somehow Zielinski gets the superpower first and goes for the super. So oh, this really hurts for Pazuzu. Not only is he behind on income, but Zielinski gets the superpower first, probably because they were trading so much and Zielinski just had more stuff because of the capture advantage. And he barely gets the superpower first, and now he's getting a bunch of stuff. He gets this battlecopter and this tank right here, and yeah, I guess that's it actually. And this artillery here also takes quite a bunch of damage. The artillery that Pazuzu was trying to repair there. And Pazuzu resigns. He's really behind on army value there and unit count as well, 19 to 35, that would be really hard to recover. So yeah, the moment they get the superpower here, like Zielinski gets the Black Storm first, and yeah, it's just too much for Pazuzu, so that's it. Okay, so for 5th game, I guess now, Zielinski won 3 games in a row, so if he wins this one, he's gonna win the series. They decided to go both players play flag. I can't remember if it was Pazuzu or Zielinski that suggested that. Anyway, they are playing on Normandy. Both players going for the usual captures here and transporting stuff. Zielinski goes for an early recon as well as Pazuzu. Okay, Pazuzu doesn't. I don't know why he thought he had a recon. He goes for some artillery. And he also has the tank coming in, while Zielinski already has some mechs coming in here on the weak side, I would say here, which generally is the con tower. The first con tower you take at least. It's kinda hard to hold on there with only infantry, but many players make a lot of mechs here to try and hold on. Zielinski now just going for the usual captures. He sees the infantry here from Pazuzu. He has the mech to harass this infantry, I guess. Pazuzu has the tank coming in, and 2 artillery, another tank, and a bunch of infantry, of course. Zielinski getting the capture with the mech there. Quite interesting. Another mech coming in. The artillery, triple artillery now for Zielinski. Pazuzu starts capturing the cone tower, but he didn't even get the cone tower yet. Okay, this could be problematic for Pazuzu, I guess. Maybe Zielinski can deny this cone tower. Of course, both players are playing flex, so maybe there's some crazy rolls. I guess this roll was already good for Zielinski, getting 6 damage on this infantry. Zielinski can deny this capture for quite a while. This could be really bad for Pazuzu. Pazuzu interrupting a little bit of capture here, starts capturing again, but I guess this infantry is just gonna take damage. I guess a join there would be better. Pazuzu going for double tank, but of course if you join you're losing unit count, so there's not a good solution, I suppose. Pazuzu loses the infantry here, so right now he doesn't have a cone tower, while Zielinski has. Zielinski also has anti-air coming and a battlecopter and artillery. He's already ahead on capture. Oh, never mind. Both players are even right now with 19k, but there isn't a whole lot of other properties. There's only 2 properties that wouldn't take in. I guess Pazuzu is gonna take this one and Zielinski this one, and then yeah, I don't know, man. Pazuzu really delaying his cone tower capture here. I guess Zielinski got really early with the recon as well. It was his first unit he could build, other than infantry of course, so... But I guess Pazuzu not having the mechs here to deal with the recon was quite problematic. Right now Pazuzu going for the medium tank. Zielinski has a lot of mechs here, and oh my god, he has 4 mechs. The artillery now getting some nice shots in here. He is actually capturing the tower that was supposed to be Pazuzu's, and one of his properties is probably going to get this property since the recon is blocking the infantry there from interrupting. He's going for double. He has a battlecopter chain, I guess, going on as well. Pazuzu desperately trying to interrupt the cone tower capture here and trying to get this cone tower, but it's gonna be really tough with all those mechs there. I guess the artillery is really good against mechs. Zielinski just pulling back a bit, coming here, killing some infantry. His mechs are not moving much, I guess. He's just waiting for Pazuzu to come in with some tanks or recons and get a lot of damage on those. Pazuzu actually really behind on units already. He gets this. Oh, he gets a few infantry here. There's some anti-air coming here and a battlecopter. He's also going for more battlecopters. Zielinski gets. Oh, okay, he one-shots this infantry. Really good roll with the flag. Another good roll here, I think, with this infantry. Almost one-shotting the other infantry. I mean, I'm not sure if it's a good roll because Zielinski has the cone tower, but it probably was a good roll anyway. Zielinski almost has both cone towers now. I guess this infantry is gonna get next turn unless Pazuzu interrupts it, and he's going for a medium tank. Right now, Pazuzu interrupts the cone tower capture and gets a lot of damage on this artillery, but this artillery is gonna shoot at this tank next turn, so yeah, both players kind of trading around this cone tower area, but the problem is Zielinski has so much stuff here on his own cone tower. And Pazuzu kind of managed to equalize the unit count a little bit, but right now Zielinski is going for some really good trades here. The battlecopter gets some damage on the infantry, and the tank here takes a lot of damage as well. Zielinski actually goes for the brute force mid-turn to get some extra damage, I suppose. This anti-air is gonna one-shot this battlecopter, and this tank takes 2 damage from this infantry as well. And Pazuzu goes for the barbaric blow, the superpower. Pazuzu needs to win this game to keep on the tournament, his chances of winning the finals. The battlecopter even goes for a trade here on the anti-air, but I'm not sure about that. He has a fighter coming in, and a medium tank. Zielinski coming in here, getting the anti-air. Also getting this infantry, pulling back a bit. He also has a medium tank coming in on this left side. He gets this lower tank, and that's it, I think. He also starts capturing a bunch of stuff on this right side. Both players were even now on capture, but I guess that's gonna change as Pazuzu can't quite answer. I mean, I'm not sure if he can answer there. Pazuzu actually putting up quite a good fight here on the left side, getting a lot of kills with his battlecopter and tank and the artillery there, but he doesn't manage to interrupt any of those captures, so Zielinski is gonna be ahead on capture now. Zielinski getting a little bit of a trade here on the left side. All those units capturing here on the right side as well, and he's kind of front switching now to the left. I guess wise, since he just captured all this stuff. Maybe Pazuzu was afraid of the mechs here on the right side. He also doesn't have that much vision, but I guess it's worth to try and sacrifice a recon there to get the vision on the right side. Right now Zielinski has 4k just out of 2 properties he captured from Pazuzu, and now he captures 2 others, so now he's 8k ahead actually. Capturing the other players' properties is a really big deal, I think. Because of course you get 1 plus income, but your opponent loses 1 income as well, so yeah, pretty obvious stuff right here. Pazuzu making a big death ball on the left side. He's really trying to fight right now as hard as he can. Zielinski going for a bomber there and pretty much only moving his units, also trying to kind of make a death ball here, more like a death hug, death arc, I don't know. Kind of hugging this death ball from Pazuzu. He's getting so many captures here on the top, man. It's not even funny. I think Pazuzu, I don't know, man. Zielinski is so good, it's hard to fight back sometimes, even think what you can do against him. But this con tower really costed Pazuzu so much stuff, oh my god. And now Pazuzu goes for the normal power actually. Tries to get some good rolls here. He gets a bunch of damage on tanks here and a bunch of stuff, but all those units on the back here don't participate on the fight. The 3 artillery, a tank, and a fighter. This fighter didn't do anything on this game, I think. And now Zielinski goes for the superpower, so yeah, he's just gonna massacre all those units from Pazuzu. Actually, he doesn't get that many stuff, but he's 10 units ahead, and Pazuzu makes the pipe runner. And Zielinski is our champion from the tournament. He's first place, he wins versus... I mean, Zielinski is the champion, oh my god. I'm going crazy right here. It's too much emotion right now. Pazuzu put up a really good fight, I think, but this game, the con tower here, not getting it. I mean, he didn't manage to. I don't even know when. By the very end of the game, he managed, but I mean, it pretty much cost him this entire right side of the map that Zielinski captured. So that's it. Congratulations to Zielinski, our champion, and congratulations to Pazuzu as well, our second place. Both played really well. And I'm glad both are playing on our next tournament now. So if you like this video, like the video, subscribe to the channel. And now we have 3rd place matches between Dark Porygon and Zack, so don't miss those as well. And I'll see you guys next time.